That was the craziest draft moment in the first round of a draft I've ever seen. But in terms of an entirety, second one to second last, pick one through Mr. Irrelevant, I've never seen a draft journey. And I don't think I ever will see a crazier one again than the one of Shedeur Sanders.
What happens when Shedeur Sanders snaps on NFL vets like he's allergic to humility, chaos, screaming? And Rich Eisen looks like he just saw Bigfoot doing yoga. This wasn't a showdown. It was a full-blown ego earthquake. Buckle up, because you've never seen a QB roast the old guard like this.
I don't think that's not my place, to answer, to even be able to give the answer to that. I feel like it's not in my control. So I'm not even going to think about that or have that even in my thought process of why it is. Like, there's a lot of people that want to have the opportunity to be at this level, and I'm here, and I'm thankful to have the opportunity. So whenever that is, it is. But it doesn't make me feel down, or it doesn't make me feel left out or anything, because I know who I am as a person, I know who I am as an individual, and I know what I could bring to this team. So I can never feel less than, in any circumstance.
NFL veterans thought they were walking into a friendly little chat with Shedeur Sanders. Mentor the rookie, pass on some wisdom, maybe offer a few tips about how to survive in the big leagues without getting your limbs rearranged. Instead, they got hit with a confidence nuke wrapped in designer shades and $0. Shedeur didn't just walk into the room, he owned it, rented it out to his ego, and charged admission at the door.
If you had told me that Shedeur Sanders would go 143 picks after Cam Ward, if you had told me that a guy who throughout the entire draft process was considered by many knowledgeable evaluators as a top 5 pick would wind up a 5th round pick, I would have told you you're out of your mind. And sure enough, Shedeur Sanders, who we spent much of Friday's show talking about because he slipped through the first round, slipped through the second day. Nobody used a second or a third round pick on him. And then he slipped through the 4th round.
It started calmly, too calm like that eerie silence in a horror movie right before the monster kicks in the door. A couple of vets dropped their typical back in my day stories, expecting the usual rookie head nods. But Shedeur? Oh no. He hit back with receipts, game film, social stats, quotes. He didn't just disagree, he dismantled their entire philosophical framework like a freshman with a sledgehammer in a Lego store. One moment, a retired linebacker was trying to explain earning respect. The next, he was blinking in disbelief as Shedeur recited his college stats and reminded him of the time he got juked by a backup running back in 2014. The room went silent. You could hear egos cracking like old wood.
Shedeur Sanders, for the 3rd day in a row, he proves he should be the starting quarterback. Why don't you judge? What more proof do you need to know that dude is him? Look, Shedeur Sanders shouldn't be given anything. It shouldn't be any nepotism or anything involved in this. But everything you guys told us about the young man, he's been doing the opposite. I thought he was a scrub. He couldn't play. This man keeps proving it is about race.
Then came the infamous moment. Rich Eisen, bless him, was sitting there trying to keep things civil, probably praying to the football gods for everyone to just smile and shake hands. But Shedeur, with the calmness of a Bond villain and the precision of a man who's memorized every Twitter troll's profile, launched into a full-blown roast session. Not angry, not loud, just cold, clinical destruction. The kind of takedown that makes grown men rethink their careers. The veterans weren't prepared for this level of energy. They were used to rookies coming in with humble pie and yes sir energy. Shedeur came in serving 5 courses of confidence with a side of, you can't guard me. He didn't just push back on criticism. He planted a flag, claimed territory, and dared anyone to step on his turf.
Shedeur Sanders is the winner of the first round of the draft.
What you say?
Yeah, Shedeur Sanders, I know people think he's the big loser. He's the big winner to me because now there's no pressure on him. If you get drafted in the first round, you are viewed as the savior. You're the guy that's going to lead a bad team out of the abyss and get us to the playoffs and maybe even the Super Bowl. Now that your stock has fallen, and best case scenario, maybe you are the first pick of the second round to the Cleveland Browns later tonight. That could happen. Whoever picks him now, there's no pressure at all on the kid. Now it's about, can he prove everybody wrong, that he was worthy of the first round.
At one point, a veteran QB tried to humble him with some old-school wisdom about waiting your turn. Shedeur blinked once, tilted his head, and casually reminded the entire room that his backup is already doing NIL commercials for car insurance and waiting for his turn. He's been the main character since the opening credits. By the time the segment hit the halfway mark, Rich Eisen was visibly sweating through his blazer. He tried to shift the conversation toward more diplomatic ground. Maybe a few questions about leadership or locker room chemistry. Shedeur answered those, sure, but not before casually reminding everyone that leadership doesn't mean bowing down to has-beens with podcast microphones and a Super Bowl ring they keep mentioning every 45 seconds. The most jaw-dropping moment? Shedeur pulled out a tablet, a literal tablet, with statistics, graphs, a digital autopsy of every outdated take that had been thrown at him since high school.
I am told by sources that it's a grade 2 hamstring injury. Is that correct?
Yes.
Well, grade 2 hammies, Chris, 4 to 6 weeks. Kind of takes Kenny Pickett out of the competition for now.
We have eliminated one.
Can I finally see my guy get some reps now? Can we watch Shedeur Sanders against the first team? For God, what are they doing? What are they trying to protect him? Do they not feel he's ready? Who would just throw him in for a series? Why have I not seen this? I'll wait for your answer.
They want him to earn it.
What about Dylan Gabriel? Why does he not have to earn it?
It was like watching someone pull up surveillance footage during an argument and win in real time. At that point, one of the vets fake laughed and tried to play it off, but the damage was done. His football soul left the building. By the end of it all, the tone in the room had shifted dramatically. What started as a veteran intervention turned into a masterclass in how to verbally eviscerate people while still sipping water and never raising your voice. Shedeur's not just confident. He's got receipts, strategy, and the kind of poise that makes you wonder if he secretly majored in psychological warfare. Was it cocky? Absolutely. Was it glorious? Oh, without question.
If that doesn't tell you all you need to know, like the idea of him, I hear some guys, even on this radio network, talking about he should be the starter from day one. You're not going to be the starter from day one, Kelvin, if you're not even getting reps with the first team. Let's just be honest, okay? And this is a clear sign of where the Browns are thinking. Like, the idea that he's not getting any, and wasn't it just Flacco didn't even get any reps, right? And
limited.
Yeah, he could have got in there or maybe got a couple. Like you don't have to go and give him all the reps, but no reps at either one of the voluntary and the involuntary. Not like no first team reps at all. Like you're not going to make it as a starting quarterback from there. And if you're not lighting up the third and fourth string, then you're in trouble. You better be 10 for 12 with 2 touchdowns.
NFL veterans are still rubbing their temples, trying to figure out what just hit them. Some are reportedly meeting in private support groups, mumbling phrases like, "He brought up my Pro Bowl miss rate," and "I didn't even know he knew about that fumble in 2009. Social media lit up like a Christmas tree doused in gasoline. Fans were either praising Shedeur for standing his ground or furiously trying to remind him that respect your elders is still a thing. But here's the twist. Shedeur doesn't need your approval. He's building his own legend, brick by sarcastic brick. And the NFL? Oh, they were watching. You can bet scouts and GMs took notes, not just on his skills, but on his unshakable, unapologetic, in-your-face presence.
Well, you don't play football all the time. You're a human being the rest of the time. And how you're going to be in the locker room, how he already came up with this line of merchandise, legendary, like he's already calling himself legendary. All those things are problems. Right now, he's working check to check, man. Like, he's not going to get a big signing bonus. There's not going to be a big guarantee. Any day they want to get rid of him in the week, they can get rid of him.
Don't we think Shedeur is smart enough to know he's not at Jackson State and he's not at Colorado?
No.
You don't think so?
I listened to too many of his answers. I saw too many of the outtakes. I saw too many times he was working out with other players, and he said things that I thought were highly questionable.
This wasn't just a media moment, it was a declaration. Shedeur Sanders is not here to blend in, say all the right things, or grovel for validation. He's here to torch expectations and ask who's next. So the next time an NFL veteran decides to mentor Shedeur, they might want to come prepared. Bring statistics, bring footage, bring backup, or better yet, bring popcorn, because this kid's not here to learn humility. He's here to rewrite the playbook and roast you with a smile while doing it.